Manx Radio's 1 to 3, tended by Ramsey Garden Centre. Open 7 days a week.
Hello, my name's Margaret Webb.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Brew.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lindsay.
And mine is Fiona Barlow.
This is actually the South Beach Shelter, community shelter, which has been built over the last, we first started this in about October 2021, so it's been quite a long journey, and it's absolutely brilliant to see it. It's brilliant to see it used. It's brilliant to hear all the positive feedback. And it's a community shelter, so anybody can use it, not just the swimmers. Lots of prom users come and sit and enjoy their time and have a chat, and that's fabulous.
We started as a group of sea swimmers. We're all actually members of the Blue Tits, and we started another subsidiary group as Northern Dippers, and that was mainly so that we could do things like this. And while we were on the beach, we noticed that there isn't any real proper shelter along this whole promenade. And there was people walking their dogs, and it would pour down with rain, and where'd you go? Or there was little kiddies, and us sea swimmers, to be absolutely honest, when there's a howly gale down there, you're trying to get your dry robes on and hold on to everything. And we thought we really could do with a shelter for everybody. And that's how it all started, really. And we all met on the beach. The first person from the commissioners we talked to was Jeff Court. And he came down and we explained that, it might be an idea. And we had different concepts towards it. And this shelter now has evolved through the years in different forms as various things have been brought up, that concerning it, and its use and how it's used, and it's evolved.
And this existing shelter is a beautiful design done by a local architect, which is Glenn Kinraid. I think it's Kinraid Associates, isn't it?
Yes.
And the struts have been supplied by McCaverners in Derby, who put them up and fitted them for free. The shipyard, or what's it called, Ramsey Shipping Company Limited, they made the steel frame. So the windows were provided by one of our swimmers. He has a window thing, so it's a real community pulling it together. Loads of shops in the streets have given prizes for all the raffles and various events that we've done. And initially the Ramsey Commissioners, when it was finally passed that they would do this, they said that they would pay $4,500, but it was up to us to equal that before we could even start with the build. At the last count, we'd made, I think, about 10,870, which is from, raffles and get-togethers. And to be honest, it's probably the same group of people. We're going back to them, and we are eternally grateful for them for bringing raffle prizes, buying tickets and taking the raffle prizes back again for the next one. It's always the same, but it's been a fantastic pulling together of many, many people. Cheryl, who's here next to us, her mother very, very kindly had an open garden event a couple of months ago, wasn't it? Yes. It was so well attended.
Yes, it was lovely actually, and that was, I think it was at the end of August. It was a really wonderful event, and not only did it raise money for the shelter, which was obviously our primary objective, but it was a really lovely community event, and we really enjoyed it. In fact, we opened on the Sunday, and it was the bank holiday Monday. It was such a great success, and people enjoyed it so much that people were saying, I couldn't make it on the Sunday. Are you going to be open tomorrow? And we opened for an extra day. So that was an extra, a boost really from a social point of view. And that's what it's all about really, isn't it? Just bringing people together and, from all walks of life and enjoying ourselves.
And I guess it must feel like everyone sort of owns a little bit of it because everyone sort of contributed in some way, shape or form.
And that's what we wanted. That was the whole point of the whole project, really. We wanted it to be truly community. We wanted everybody to feel that it was theirs and it was something for Ramsey.
And this afternoon something very special is happening, Margaret.
Yes, the shelter's been officially opened by Lady Lorimer MBE, who is a sea swimmer, as we know, and has swum here many, many times. We thought it would be very appropriate for her to actually come and open it. So we've got Heather Ruffino's group of singers, they're coming along as well, so they'll be singing. And other people will be involved as well, and really looking forward to that. And then once we've done the opening, we'll all be going for a swim. This is Jill Wilcox.
How have you been involved, Jill?
I know people around town, you see, local, so I know people around town, so I'm late in the party though.
Yeah. You've been a huge bonus because you do know everybody.
It's part of what it's. That's why the Isle of Man's brilliant, isn't it, though? Because you can do that. And we have a new dipper to the group here, Charlie. So when did you start dipping in the sea?
I got I'm not going to say roped into it. I started dipping in October. A friend of mine's been doing it for a while, and I thought she was absolutely nuts. Who would want to go in a cold sea, half naked, and stay in there for 10 plus minutes? And then she got me to try it. And since then, every morning, 7 o'clock, I'm here. And the shelter, apart from the fact that it keeps you out of the weather getting changed, for me it's so much more, because I come down here early, before everyone else arrives, and I sit in there, rather than sitting in the car, and you look out to the sea, and you see, and you hear every minor detail, and it's so calming, and it's probably the best way to start the day that I could possibly think of, especially living on this lovely island, and the amazing north that we're living in.
So it is a fabulous place for community. Anyone can enjoy it, can't they? I mean, this is literally, as you said, dog walkers, anyone can actually, and I'm assuming it's a good place to actually maybe make some friends. You could sit and chat to people.
That's what somebody else said yesterday. You can meet, there's like-minded people who get very giddy about swimming in the sea all year round. Goodness knows why, but we do. And you can just chat and you can share, and you might not know them from any other place, but you know them as a sea swimmer. You can even be walking around town in these dreadful old robes, and somebody will say, "Have you been or are you going?" And all the time, you know, it's really fascinating. And we've had so many people come on board, like our very local artist Michael Starkey's been a huge part of it as well.
Well, hello there, Michael Starkey.
You're pressing down this morning.
I like coming to places where I get presents.
I know, that's one of your new
Oh,
calendars.
amazing.
But 10 quid, it's all right. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, no, thanks for coming down anyway.
And what do you make of all this?
Well, I've been swimming all my life on the shore down here, but when it's a great opportunity for people to swim together. I mean, I've seen me struggling in here in December by myself, but now it's much easier when you've got a group and people chat. And you don't realise how cold it is when you're talking. True. Because I talk a lot. People say, "Keep talking, Michael, keep talking," because you forget how cold it is sometimes. But it's fun and you feel great after. I mean, just look at it this morning.
Glorious, really glorious. And there's some dippers in there, which is amazing.
They just said to me they were going in now, so I was just going to join them.
Yeah.
You're going in, they said.
Yeah, and
you got your stuff with you?
I do.
Come on,
I
Ryan,
always
you'd be
do,
right
Michael. It's always in the back of the car. I think, is this calendar a bribe? Is that what this is?
No, it's not. Of course. I know it's a pleasure to see you, and we love you. You know, it's fabulous to come down.
You.
I'm just going to give it to you. I'm just going to give it.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing this morning here?
I'm going to give it a Scotch round. Have you ever heard that? Like a Scotch, you know what?
I thought a Scotch was like a group of something.
It can mean anything. Scotch can mean, you know, like give a clip or a Scotch or a Scotch of things. It can mean anything really. So I'm just going to give this. Do you want to scotch over with the brush?
I should explain. He means he's going to sweep up essentially.
I am. Yes, I am. Thanks. Yeah.
They get involved in all sorts, don't they?
Oh, it's the shelter itself is absolutely wonderful, and it's a credit to everybody, including the girls here, and everybody's worked so hard. It's fantastic.
It is.
Make a big difference to people's lives. That's the main thing.
Yeah. It's all about communities, but it's also about getting in the sea. Why should people get in the sea, Charlie?
For your mental health. And one of the great things, Mags alluded to it just earlier, it's a bit like what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yes. What's said in the sea stays in the sea. So you can literally empty your thoughts with someone else. They will listen, and there's no judgment. It's just an amazing feeling. It's just a great community. Everyone's just like-minded, and it's just brilliant.
And you can come back and warm yourselves in the shelter, which is just so beautiful. What else is left to do so far?
Another coat of paint. The seats need another coat of specialised paint so they can be easily wiped down.
Excellent.
And there's going to be hooks.
Lovely.
And we're going to have solar reactive lighting, so when people walk in, and there is a discussion, possibly it always comes down to funds, that if we would get like a Wi-Fi card, and be completely ignorant how to do this now, but you could attach it to the battery and then people could use free Wi-Fi in there, which would make it a fantastic place for people to come and sit.
Yeah.
Thoroughly
modern.
modern.
Lots of ideas.
Lots of ideas.
Yeah. And we hope to get we're hoping at some point to get some boards up there so people like local artists could possibly do an artwork, and we could have it so it's like an evolving, so that it could be up for so long, then come down and somebody else's work could possibly go up there. And also we would like some form of sea safety notices up there, and possibly some marine information as well. Boards up there would be really nice as well.
We'd like to engage with the schools as well, if the children can come down, and you know what a great outdoor classroom for them. And also we're engaging with the yacht club, and we've said to them that if they've got lessons with youngsters in the summer, they could sit in there, they could use it, get a whiteboard in it. It's really trying to make it a pot of community where all different things take place.
Yeah.
And something else that's been talked about a lot is that people say it would be hugely improved by a shower here down on the beach.
Yeah.
And if it could be sort of in this area, then people who use the sauna, which is frequently here, could use it, and there as well, or dog walkers, watching children's feet as well, and so on. It would be really beneficial. But as again, it all comes down to finance.
This is an evolving thing, isn't it? And
Very
what
much
a
so.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And it's glistening in the sunshine. So I know you've got your robes on already, Margaret. I think you're
Absolutely.
going to have to get in the sea, really, aren't you? Shall we run in? Go
Oh,
on
yes.
then. All
Yeah.
right, let's go in.